Happy Halloween, everyone. It's Karen Cornell, your Creative Memories Advisor, and I thought I would do something a little different today, and I am going to share one of my favorite albums I've ever created, and it's an 8x8 Halloween album. And I created this album because I was listening to my kids and what they wanted in an album years ago. And they love seeing themselves grow. So they don't necessarily want to see every little picture. They don't want to see every picture of every friend and everything we do. They just want to see themselves grow through life. And so years ago when I started doing kids classes and I'd have the parents there, I would bring this album and I would share with the parents that we are busy. Many families are two working parents and they're just busy and they're shuffling kids everywhere and it's just busy, busy, busy. And they're bogged down with the digital age of so many photos and taking so many pictures, and the kids never see them. I always give the fact, I always look up how many pictures I have on my phone at the moment whenever I teach, and the kids' jaws just drop. And I said, ask your parents how many pictures they have on their phone. And they all like turned to their parent and was like, how many do you have? And then the parents are like looking real quick and they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea I had this many pictures. So, but the problem is these kids never see these pictures unless their parent hands them their phone to for them to look through pictures. And so I'm trying to teach parents that scrapbooking is doable and it is something you can do and still lead your busy lives. And the trick is to pick something, an event that happens yearly. Start with something that always happens. So my family celebrates Halloween. So I started with the Halloween album. And then, some people may do Christmas. I do a Christmas album. I do, something that happens every year, maybe birthdays. You want to start with your kid and then just go and do it every year and just keep it simple. Maybe a 2-page spread, maybe a 1-page spread. Keep it simple so that you're not bogged down with, too many pictures, because the kids really don't want to see that. Everybody doesn't want to see every single picture. Especially I'm noticing with kids, they want to just see themselves grow. I can't stress that enough. That's all they don't want every little tiny detail. So let me flip my camera and show you this album and how I did it. So this is the album. This came out from Creative Memories several years ago. And I used Noreen Smith's 1, 2, 3 cuts. They're super, super easy. So I cut up the paper and then I just did the layouts how she recommended, and it was fantastic. So I started with my oldest daughter when she was a baby, and I made it very simple. I just put the date. I kept it consistent. So the date is on every page, just the year. Then I put like 2 or 3 pictures from every Halloween. I did minimal embellishments so that it's very simple and quick, so I can keep it updated every year. So then this is all during preschool years and Halloween around our neighborhood, and then we had our second child, and so then she comes in, and then we did a family Halloween costume one year because the girls wanted it, and so they can remember, they see that, they remember it. And then now when my oldest made it to kindergarten, our school does something really cool, and it's called the Storybook Character Parade. And I am one of those moms that I will not let my child take a book for a storybook or dress up as a character from a book unless they can read it. So I want it age appropriate, where they are in their reading level, because I think that's so important, because I want them to read and I want them to remember that moment. So this is one of my favorite ones that my daughter dressed up as. Is she loved Harold and the Purple Crayon, and she worked so hard to read that book. And so I had her pick her favorite scene from the book and I drew it on just a quick white t-shirt from Walmart. So, and then she wore, and the other thing we have to find the outfit, like it has to be really, they have to make it and come up with it. So we made the crayon and all this stuff. So it was really, really fun. And then Halloween, they dress up whatever character. My kids were very into princesses and Disney and all that stuff through the years. So, but that's just a little tidbit. So one page is always the storybook character parade, and then the other page is Halloween. And I think, technically the character parade happens before Halloween, but I think that first year it was delayed because of rain. So that's why it ended up that way. I don't know. Or the pictures worked well out that way. I don't know. So then I kept it through the whole thing. But the page doesn't matter. So then it's just simple. There's the year. Simple embellishments. We loved Frozen, so we dressed up as Frozen 2 again. But and then, Madison made it to, my youngest, she made it to the elementary school and dressed up. I mean, it's just so, they love this album. I cannot stress it enough. And when I show this to parents and they're like, oh, well, I can scrapbook. This is doable. This is something I can totally do. And it's just, I can update it so quick. Like I'm already caught up to 2024, and then I just need the page for this year is already done. So it's already there, ready to go. So I just need to add the pictures and the date and the embellishments, and I'm done. So it's great to stay up to date with an album. It's also a quick motivator. Like if you're stumped and you're bogged down with your other your other albums, to do a quick 8x8 and you feel so accomplished and you're keeping it up to date. And so I'm like, yes, this one's up to date. Everything else may not be, but it's okay. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit and see if this kind of motivates you, to see if it helps you come up with an idea of, oh, I could do something like that for maybe your grandkids or your own kids or yourself. Maybe there's a trip you take every year. Maybe it's a beach trip you take every year. But just it's something that can help you. And if you have customers, great, share it with them. Maybe it'll help them get motivated to do something that's yearly, to see the growth in your family and stuff, and how everybody changes and grows. It's kind of neat. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fabulous, happy Halloween and happy scrapping.